I really like downtown Toronto, and I feel that it's a very vibrant part of the city. It's alive. There's always something going on. It's also a very multicultural part of the city. And for me, it's where I feel most comfortable being.
Usually, like immigrant communities, we don't have a lot of money. We were living in poor neighborhoods, which is not a lot of security. So my parents don't want us hanging out and, finding someone who's going to give us a negative influence. So with us being enrolled in different activities and being busy after school, we're able to, open our eyes to different opportunities and remain focused. My siblings and I also support each other. And now as we get older, we're able to take the financial burden off my parents. If I wanted a cell phone or if I wanted extra clothing, how can I ask for a cell phone from my parents' money, which is very limited? So I went to work, I got a job part-time while I was in grade 11, and then from then I'm able to pay for my own expenses. I did have to sacrifice a lot, but now looking back, it doesn't really feel as much as a sacrifice, because at the end of the day, if you're not able to support your parents or your siblings, then who will be there for you when you need help? And that's much more valuable than any material item. I am very involved in volunteering, and I think I'm going to be a compulsive volunteer. Today, I'm at the Taking It Global office, downtown Toronto. I'm participating in a video filming for previous interns to discuss how my experience was, what I benefited from, and how future interns can gain some experience and might be interested in taking part in this internship in the future.
Taking Global gives a very inclusive and very broad view.
My passions are just, I think, community work. Anything that can benefit the community that I identify with, whether it's the Muslim community, Somali community, Black community, the women community, or youth.
Right now, I'm at the City Hall Council Chambers in Toronto. And this is, for me, how I envision a location where all the city politic decisions are made, where councillors and the mayor, meet to discuss the big decisions. So I was here a couple months ago. I was able to take part in the City Protégé program, and it's a program where 16 young ladies from Toronto are chosen to kind of encourage young women participating in city politics at a younger age, and then hopefully this will encourage them to continue further on with political careers. I think it's important for minorities in general to just participate in politics, because we also do make up, part of the backbone of the city as well as the country. And in order for it to be fair and equal opportunity, it's important to have representation. So you have someone who can fight for your rights, as well as people that can understand where you're coming from. Canada has a history of starting out as a very white, male-dominant political society, but things have been changing, and I think that as more people immigrate to Canada and as more people open their eyes to the opportunities here and break down the walls, it can become a more diversified city. When I hear 9/11, I always feel I cringe inside a little bit, because it was a very scary day. Living in Toronto, being able to be able to see the live coverage of the attacks on 9/11, I feel very sad. The people in New York reflect the same demographics as the people in Toronto, and 9/11 was just a horrible day, I think, for just humans in general. It wasn't something that was particular to non-Muslims, that it's something that as any religion we all grieve about. And for me, it was very, it's probably one of the scariest times for me in Canada.